Yo! Yo! Who's the deadliest, the wickedest and the sickest? Moves are the smoothest, they're the stylist, the slickest. Who scores the half-court buzzer beater swishes? Must be you, cause nah, it's not me. Cause trust me, I'm the bench, the bench, the bench, the bench, the what? The bench, the bench, the bench, the bench, the who? The bench, the bench, the bench warmer. I'm always last to be picked and in some cases never picked at all. Yeah. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday night, it is 8 PM, it is Sammy the Benchwarmer coming to you live and direct from a secret location here in London in the UK. If you're joining us here on Instagram Live, it is great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Why not check out the video a little bit later on YouTube? If you're watching on YouTube, join us every Sunday night, 8 PM UK time. We have got Monica Wright in the house. What
Hey, hey!
Right. Happy New Year to you.
And Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you. Very kind of you. Did you do anything interesting over the New Year?
Yep.
Brilliant. What?
You?
Yeah. Yeah,
Great.
good.
Great.
Excellent. Well, anyway, welcome to the show. If you haven't subscribed yet on YouTube, www.warmingthebench.com, the Benchwarmer TV, there's the opportunity to subscribe on there. So please, certainly do that. Welcome and a Happy New Year. It is January and it's 2018. And let's get right on with the show. We're not going to mess around. As you know, in a couple of days' time, the All-Star voting finishes. In fact, sorry, this first segment of the show is called Back to the Future, where we look at the NBA today and the NBA back in the day. And this first part of the show, I'll be looking at, in fact, this week, something that's coming up is that the All-Star voting will be finishing. So get your votes in for this week's All-Star game. Monica Wright, you're looking at me a bit weird there. What's going on?
Oh, sorry, I just thought you were having a few problems there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Gas. Just ate me dinner. So, you know, issues. Chuck us over the thing there, Monica Wright. Boom! As you know, I love the 90s. I love the 90s NBA, and I kept this on file. I punched some holes in it, which was a foolish thing to do. But who had one of these? From Foot Locker, with Starter. This is how we used to vote back in the day when the internet wasn't such commonplace, if you will. This was the All-Star ballot from Foot Locker. You could get it from, and this was for 1997. And this is how you voted. And you punched a little hole in the different places. You put your mailing address, and you sent it off. And we got some legendary names here. Just to name a couple: the forwards in the Eastern Conference in 1997, Pippen, Larry Johnson, Grant Hill. Some of the guards: Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Jerry Stackhouse. For the West, guards: Sam Cassell, Stephon Marbury, Eddie Jones. And so it was just great kind of pulling this out. The All-Star voting kind of made me think of that this week. And it's just great when we just think that even 20 years ago wasn't that much of a long time, but things have changed so much. Now it's retweets and likes and stuff is how we vote. It's outrageous. Take me back to my sweet La Vida. Alright, that was Back to the Future. Now we're gonna look at this part of the show is called #MySlam, where we look at legendary covers, articles and stories and predictions from the world's greatest basketball magazine, which is, of course, Slam Magazine. Boom! And this one is a legendary cover. If you know anything about Slam, you'll know that they were based in New York. You know that the cover, the editor at the time, Tony Givino, was a huge Knicks fan. And you will know, if you know anything about basketball in the 90s, the NBA in the 90s, that Reggie Miller was the New York Knicks' public enemy #1. Basically hated him because of what he did to the Knicks in those playoff games. And so this cover was crazy, that he was actually put on the side, on the cover. On the side it says "Hell freezes over," because this is how unusual this would have been for this to happen, that Reggie Miller should be put on the front. And I love the expression that he has on his face. It's so smarmy and so proud, and it just sums up everything about it. Big up Clay Patrick McBride, who did the cover shoot for this and did an amazing job. And we've got some really interesting articles Number one, I want to draw your attention to the Slam of the Month. It was Corey Maggette. Who remembers how ridiculously amazing he was in his college days? This Slam of the Month was amazing. I love that he pulls himself up on the rim and slaps the backboard. Slapping the backboard should happen on every dunk that ever happens. If I could dunk, which I can't, unless it's an 8-foot basket. Monica, right, you can dunk, yeah? Could he still do that 360?
Yeah.
Whatever. If I could dunk, which I can on an 8-foot basket, I would slap the backboard every single time. Sometimes with 2 hands, sometimes with the side of my face. Also, some really cool adverts back in this one as well. DMX, and it's got a series of kind of Def Jam album release covers, adverts in here. Redman, absolutely legendary stuff. And you should follow Old Slam Ads on Instagram. I haven't posted for a while, but I've heard that they will be posting again regularly in 2018. So follow Old Slam Ads, you'll see some of the great old adverts from these classic and legendary slam magazines. That is my slam. Shout out Reggie Miller. Shout out to Monica Wright. Have you got a little bit of action going on there?
We certainly have.
On the gram?
We certainly have.
What are people saying?
Hello OJ Pimpson. Hello D Bernal Garcia. Hello Tavi32. Hello Kilara C Suit. Abby Morrow, hey, you've been interacting a lot, welcome. Chris Dank Artwork says, yes, Reggie.
Reggie.
Mr. Shand, hello. Tyler Wiley, hello.
Shut up, Mr. Shand.
The Life and Culture says, that boy got the man cave for real. So he's loving this setup.
The Life
here.
and Culture, it is a privilege to have you with us.
Right.
One of the most legendary accounts on Instagram.
Hoop Diary, thumbs up. Playful Draftsman. Also, we've got our friend Mikey Blacks.
Shout out Mikey Blacks. Done know. Each and every time, son. But yeah, shout out Life and Culture. If you're on Instagram, give them a follow. If you love all things 90s, all things iconic, all things significant that have happened in the last 20 years, give them a follow. A-Star Music UK, hey, hey. Welcome. And it's DJ C says, first time tuning in. Great show. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. And thanks to everyone else. We see you. Shout out you, DJ C. Thanks for joining us, mates. 2018, you've made the right choice. Okay, this is I Love This Stuff. Some of you will know that I posted up a picture a couple of weeks ago on my Instagram, and it was a Christmas gift. People were very generous to me this year. Usually people are a little bit stingy. That's not actually true, and I'll take that back. But something that was given me this year, boom! I know what you're thinking. This isn't back in the day stuff. If you'll know by now, if you've been watching the show for some time, that this is called I Love This Stuff, and we look at the wickedest NBA memorabilia from back in the day, and this is actually something that you can purchase from Madison Square Garden currently. So this isn't a back in the day item. However, let me draw your attention to the autograph. Bam! Oh my goodness! It's Larry Johnson! Larry Johnson, and I want to give a massive shout out to Somerset Close, aka Julia, aka my sister-in-law, who got me this all the way from America. She sent me a random text one day just before Christmas and was like, hello from the Knicks. I was like, who the heck is this foreign number? Turned out it was my sister-in-law. I was like, what? Yeah, you at the Knicks game? What? And she was having a great time. And not only did she go there and indulge in it for her own benefit, but she also met the legend Larry Johnson and got him to sign this foam hand. Someone on Instagram asked, very rightfully so, how the heck did he sign foams? That can't be easy. And for that, Larry Johnson, we salute you. That's why you're one of the greatest of all time. Put your L's in the air for Larry Johnson. You done know. You know it, mates. So that is I Love This Stuff, and this week was a particularly good one. Some weeks they're rubbish. Okay, it's that time of the show where we look at the Benchwarmer of the week. Chuck it over, chuck it over. We search the packs for the worst stats, we look for the worst players. We've got some Skybox from back in the day. I've ordered some new Skybox this week that are going to be legendary, and hopefully I'm going to open them next week, and I'm excited about that. But in the meantime, we've got these Skybox inaugural edition. When are they from? They're from the early 90s, 91, something like that. Wasting time, 1990, so they're very early. Some of the players I won't have heard of. But I don't mind about that. So who we got here? Okay. Bill Lambier. I love Bill Lambier. I love the fact that on the back, Bill Lambier is fishing. For that very reason alone, Bill Lambier, amongst many other reasons, is not the benchwarmer. Monica Wright, you can say this person's name.
That's right. Larry Kristkoyak.
Beautifully said. Hold on to that one, he might well be the benchwarmer. There's a reason why we can't say his name, because we've never had to say it before. Isaiah Thomas, is he the benchwarmer? He's certainly not. Don't be stupid. Tony Campbell, is he the benchwarmer? Don't think so. Cliff Robinson, the guy, he wore a headband, so he's not the benchwarmer. David Wingate, is he the benchwarmer? Nah. Ooh. Todd Lighty. Todd Lighty. Hold on to him. He might just be the benchwarmer. Mitchell Wiggins, is he the benchwarmer? Yeah. Whoops. Sorry about that. That was a terrible pass. Ken Norman, is he the benchwarmer? No, he's not. Dennis Rodman, is he the benchwarmer? No, he's not. Tim Kemptman, who do you think you are, son? He's trying to imitate Sean Kemp. We all know where that's going to get you nowhere. There's only one Sean Kemp, and his name's Sean Kemp. He might be the benchwarmer. I'm angry about that guy. Tyrone Bogues, also known as Muggsy. Glenn Rivers, also known as Doc. Neither one of them are the benchwarmer. Dyron Nix. Ooh, he might be the benchwarmer. Show the picture at the back there. Look at the picture at the back. What an interesting trim he has. And then finally, Thunder Dan Marley. He is certainly not the benchwarmer. These are the nominees. Bang! Woo. You're so good at this. It's like you've got a magic trick skill. Who have we got? I want to hear who you guys think. Is it Todd Lighty? Is it... Oh, why have we got Bill Lambier? He's not the benchwarmer. Is it Tim Kempton, who I'm particularly angry about? Or is it Dyron Nix? Dyron Nix. What do you guys think?
Hoop Diary says Tim Kempton played in France.
Okay.
We've also got Hoop Diary says Bill Lambier, jawbreaker.
Yeah, literally.
Lorenzo Scandolo says ciao. Ciao, Lorenzo.
Ciao to you, my friend. You know what I'm going to go for? I might go for... Actually, Dyron Nix is...
Hoop Diary says Tim Kempton.
Definitely. Hoop Diaries thinks... Do you know what? And also, I'm just furious at Tim Kempton's name. How dare you have the word Kemp in your name? Yeah? Only Sean Kemp can have that. I know you can't help it, but try harder. And for that reason, Tim Kempton is the benchwarmer of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Kempton, the benchwarmer of the week. And the first person to comment with a basketball emoji will win Tim Kempton's card. I'll send it to your house and you'll get it. Maybe with a couple of other treats. Maybe not. Build your hopes up. They come crashing down. That's what I do. I'm the benchwarmer. The first person to comment with a basketball emoji in 3, in 2, in 1 gets Tim Kempton sent through their door.
Oh, it is Mr. Shand.
Mr. Shand.
Oh.
Mr. Shand, shout out to you, mate. I used to work with Mr. Shand back in the day. JD Sports. I used to hang out in the stock room. It was boiling hot in there. Do you remember that, Mr. Shand? It was outrageous. I used to sweat sitting down in the winter. Obscene. I saw you the other week as well. It was great to see Mr. Shand a couple of weeks ago on a recent trip to the motherland, Birmingham. It was good to see him briefly. We didn't get to chat. But we'll sort of connect through me sending you this card. I might, yeah, send you another card as well. Just for old time's sake. Anyway, Tim Kempton coming your way, son. Well done. You won it. Benchwarmer of the week. Guys, thank you so much for joining in and tuning in this week. Thank you for all the interaction. There's been lots of it. And I can't lie, that makes me feel special, makes me feel happy, makes me feel appreciated, makes me feel like my life means something. And so thank you guys for tuning in and for dropping your comments. Congratulations to Mr. Shand. Big up Monica Wright with the assist as always.
My props.
It's great having you here. Hit the camera. And we're looking forward to you guys joining us next week. Don't forget, I've got a shop opening in London. I'll keep you guys posted about that. There'll be a physical space where I'll be selling vintage memorabilia. Like this jacket, for example. Who wants it? You might be able to buy it. I'll keep you posted with that. Thank you so much for tuning in this week, guys, and I look forward to catching you guys soon. Peace!